Hello ladies and gentlemen. In a relatively recent video, I explained to you guys why even though my heart belongs to eyeliner, I won't be able to wear it that much because with this pandemic that's going on, I won't be able to buy more eyeliner and I was busy running out of it. So I am going to have to come up with a few different ways that I can do eyeliner or just learn how to do makeup without it. Well, I have a confession. I got a new one. It so happened that the lockdown rules were lifted a little bit here where we are and we were allowed to go to some shops. We also went back to town where there actually are shops and I got to pick up a few extra things. So thank goodness for this person, I have a new eyeliner and one that's not entirely finished yet, so I can actually continue life and do eyeliner. So I'll be able to do all the different type of looks I want to the way I want to do it. Now, as happy as I am that I was able to get this and that I can now do all these looks the way I want to do them, and I don't have to try and make a plan, I still want to know what you can do if you don't have eyeliner, because number one, sometimes you're in a situation where you can't run out and go get some, like a global pandemic, and you need to make a plan. So I want to test out some alternatives to your typical eyeliner. Now I use this brush type of eyeliner where there's a little brush that you dip into some liquid eyeliner and then you draw it on. I know you also get those markers, I used to use them. Not a big fan of them now, but I know you can put them in the microwave for the smallest amount of time and then the liquid will come to the end again and you can use it. Wouldn't advise that because some eyeliners may have metal in them, but that is one way to get those to work. I heard you can also take out the ink below in it a bit to get it out, which is probably going to ruin your eyeliner in the process, so I guess it's something you could do for that last time you need to use it. But I want to try out the different things you can do if you simply don't have any eyeliner. And then hopefully this will be able to help you the day that you go out and actually forgot to take your eyeliner with you. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take my eyeliner and draw a wing on this side so you can see what it will ideally look like. And I'm going to try all the alternatives on this side so we can compare them. Usually I do my eyeliner before my mascara so that my lashes don't get in the way. But today I wanted to start with mascara on, so we're gonna make this work. I draw a line on my upper lid. I bring it a little bit into the inner corner very delicately so that I don't mess up everything. And then, of course, you draw the wing. So ideally I want my eyeliner like this, where it's sharp, it's defined, and it's pitch black. And then depending on the day, I either want a thin wing or a thick wing or a dramatic one or a long one or a short one, but there's always some kind of wing going on. And wings really do make a big difference. I mean, look at what this side looks like compared to this side. It really does change the shape of your eye, and I just prefer it this way. So the first alternative for eyeliner instinctively feels like eyeliner. So I'm gonna take this eyeliner pencil and try and make a wing with it. I have done this in a video before, but today I'm gonna learn out of the mistakes I made there and try my best. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to sharpen this as much as you can, but because the eyeliner is soft, you're not going to get it to a point the way you would a normal pencil. So just sharpen it as much as you can. You're going to get it to about there, and then that's as good as it's going to get. Now the first thing I recommend is you're going to have to get a mirror and keep it nice and close to your face so that you can see what you are doing. Number two, you're going to start above your eye. It's the easiest place to start with it. And you're going to try and not drag the pencil too much. You don't want to do it in one foul swoop. You want to do it little bit by little bit until you get to the end. So I'm going to start here, close my eye, and make a little line like that, and then keep going, and keep going, all the way to the end, and see what that turns out like. This outer half was pretty easy because the skin is a little bit more taut over your eyeball. On the inner part, there is a lot more squish room. It makes it a little bit harder. So I'm gonna open my eye really wide and really light strokes, just kind of let the pencil work. I'm not pressing my pencil against me, and then you can touch my eye and moving it slightly. I'm then also going to color in my waterline on the inside to kind of help it look like it's here in the inner corner a little bit more, so let's do that first. This is about as thin as I could get it, which is not awfully thick. I don't hate it. I sometimes do want my eyeliner like this. However, it's really hard to get this little piece here defined, so the less you do there, the better. Don't go in there and mess with it, because then you're going to make it thick and smudgy and smoky, and that's not what you want. Now for the actual wing part, okay, I'm going to use this face mask container. It is something with an edge that is quite sturdy. It's not like a flimsy piece of paper. And I'm going to hold it here, and I'm gonna draw my wing. The alternative is you can just stick tape and then make sure you pull it down. That works too, I've done that before. But I'm gonna look down in a mirror and angle it like this and then work with this edge. Now how you're going to do this is, once you have this lined up the way you want it, you're gonna make sure you make skin contact properly all the way through. Then you're gonna place the pencil on this solid surface here and then drag it off onto your skin. You don't want to start on your skin, you want a sharp line, okay? So the eyeliner is gonna make a line that is not that sharp, and to get it sharp, you're gonna cut the line it makes with this, and that's how you're gonna get a sharp edge to your wing. So again, I'm gonna place it. I'm gonna choose, I want my wing to end here. So I'm gonna put the pencil a bit higher and drag it off of this onto my skin. Without moving it, I'm gonna judge the thickness, think if I want it a little bit thicker or not, and just keep doing the same thing. Make sure I get all along the edge and then take it off without smudging it, and then you actually have a straight line. And then this is how the eyeliner pencil turned out versus the normal liquid eyeliner, which honestly, I like how this side came out more than this side, and I think that's because it's thicker and it connects smoother. Here I went for a really thin wing. But now I can show you that this is the thinnest wing you can get with this. It doesn't get much thinner than this. You can definitely make it thicker and you can definitely smoke it out if that's what you're going for. But I would say using your eyeliner pencil is definitely a substitute for your liquid eyeliner. Just need to know how to work with it. If you're worried about this smudging, you can definitely set it with a black eyeshadow to just make sure it's not going anywhere. But I'm gonna take this off so I can do my next attempt, so I'm not gonna do that. And then we're back where we started. The next substitute for eyeliner is something you will always have around, and that is eyeshadow. Now for this, you're going to need a good black eyeshadow that doesn't look ashy or grey at all, and for that I'm going to use this ABH Soft Glam one, and it's the blackest black I've got. And you're also going to need an eyeliner brush. Now what you can do is you can simply pick up the color and then start drawing a line, but then it's only going to come out so dark, and you want it as dark as possible. So let's see what we can do. Now I know a lot of people wet their eyeshadow brushes to pick up the color better and to get more pigment, but I hate doing that. Then the thing is wet and you can't use it for the rest of that makeup look because it's got to dry first, and it picks up so much more product, so you have to clean it so much more before you can use it the next time, and I'm not a big fan. What I do instead is I wet the skin I'm going to apply the shadow on, so I'll just take a bit of water from my water bottle, put it on the skin where I want to go, and then on the wet skin I apply the eyeshadow with a dry brush. And then it goes a little something like this, which is definitely a bit darker. I don't want my whole eye insanely wet, and I don't want to wet my brush to get my eye wet, so I'm going to take the back of my brush, get it wet in my water, and yes, I drink my water from a tonic bottle, but trust me, this is water, not tonic. Then I'm just going to take the back of my brush, touch my eye as close to the edge as I can, and get that area wet. And then you're kind of going to have to work quick. Now that it's wet, I'm picking up the eyeshadow and applying it as close to the lash line as I can. And here you can definitely drag, you don't have to worry about lifting. You can stamp if you find that gets you better color payoff with the color you're working with, but you can do either one, you don't have to worry about that here. And with a wing here, you just draw it on perfectly. Just tilt your brush the angle you want your wing to go, pick up the color, drag it out, connect it at the end, and drag it back in. That's why I wet this whole area before I started, so I don't have to go back and wet it now. If you have to go back and wet it again before you continue, make sure you don't let it mix with your eyeshadow or run anywhere. That's where you work with as little water as possible, because it's gonna run a black tear down your face with the eyeshadow, and it's not gonna look good. Now with this, your eyeliner is going to be as thin as your brush is. You can work really carefully with just the edge of your brush. It is a lot harder, but you can definitely do it. And you can also stick tape here to fix it and make sure you get the edge sharper. Or you could just go in with a makeup wipe and make it sharper. You need to be careful that you don't smudge it, but rather just clean it off. But for that, you're just gonna take it right underneath your wing, drag it with your nail or something sharp underneath so you get a good line, and clean it up like so you get a bit of a sharper wing going. This is also quite black, but it's not 100% black the way eyeliner is, and it is a little smoky, and you could definitely go for this intentionally if you want more of a smoky look, but it works. I definitely got eyeliner on this side as well. Again, it was hard in this little piece here, as you can see I didn't get it entirely smooth there, and I messed with it after it dried, and then it kind of brushed off the color instead of applying more. And you want your eyeliner as black as possible, and you don't want it to look see-through, so kind of just stop when you're there, but this is also definitely an option. I definitely still have a wing on and it wasn't insanely hard. But I would definitely say a downside to doing it with eyeshadow is I don't like how thick it is on my lid. I wish I could get it thinner, but I can't really. The other option you have when you're using eyeshadow as eyeliner is you can scrape it out and mix it with a bit of a liquid, make a bit of a liquid liner, then draw it on. But that damages your eyeshadow way more than necessary, and I like not doing that, so I'm glad to know that just drawing it on works. Now the last thing you can use instead of eyeliner is lipstick. Now for that, you're obviously going to need a black lipstick, and not everyone always has that on hand, unfortunately. You can always use other dark colors if you carry browns around and such things, but what if you just have a nude? Then you're going to do the exact same thing you did with your eyeshadow. You're going to pick the color up with this, and you're going to use this to draw where you want your eyeliner to go. So the lipstick is going to be the wet, sticky thing that picks up the eyeliner instead of just wetting your lid. But I'm going to test if you can use a lipstick as is for eyeliner, because number one, if you have a black lipstick, you can use that instead. Or number two, if you have a funky color lipstick and you want to use that funky color for your eyeliner, you can do that. So I'm going to take a dark brown and try that. Some people also like dark brown eyeliner. They think it's a bit of a softer look than the black. Not everyone is a fan of how dramatic the black is, even though I am. But brown liners are impossible to find in shops, so let's see if this is a good alternative. I unfortunately don't own a black lipstick, otherwise I would have shown you it with a black lipstick, but by testing with a different color, I can see how true the color comes out and if this would be too sheer to use or not. Again, I'm having trouble in the inner corner, which is where you typically have trouble with your eyeliner regardless of the medium you use to do it. So I'm not really surprised, but I'm not used to working around this problem with something like lipstick. Now there are two problems with the lipstick as eyeliner. Number one, it's not going to dry down, so it's going to be a smudge risk the whole day. Number two, it comes out really sheer, so even if you were to use a black lipstick, it would not be as intensely black as real eyeliner. So unfortunately, lipstick on its own doesn't work, but let's test if it holds your eyeshadow better. So I'm gonna go grab the ashiest, grayest, worst black eyeshadow I have, put it over this and see if it comes out as black as it did before. Now the worst black I have is this one from my BH Cosmetics 88 Matte Palette, and I don't think it's even trying to be a black. It looks like a grayish black as it is in the pan, but we're gonna see how good we can get it. So I'm gonna pick up as much as I can and stamp it on that lipstick. Now for this, I'm stamping it instead of drawing it on because I don't want a mix of lipstick and eyeliner on my brush, and I don't want to smear it and then have the lipstick show through the eyeliner or mix the colors and make it a different color. Especially if you're using a nude, you don't want to mix the nude with a black and get this funny, dirty, gross color. So that's why I'm stamping it on. And I have to say the eyeshadow is going on pretty easily, and it is coming out quite dark. You just have to 100% cover that lipstick, otherwise that pink or orange or nude you use is definitely going to show. I'm gonna have to give this like 3 out of 5 stars. Technically it's eyeliner, technically it's dark, technically it's there, but it's a lot smokier than the last attempt with eyeshadow and it's a lot thicker. So I'm not crazy about doing it with lipstick, but at least we gave it a shot. And I think the same is going to apply to any other cream product you have in your kit, be that foundation or concealer or anything like that. It ain't gonna work. The only alternative I could think of that you can use is a pomade for your eyebrows, but that's typically not going to be jet black. Now there's one last thing in my makeup kit that we haven't tried as an alternative for eyeliner yet, and that is mascara. Now when I read about this online when I was looking up different alternatives for eyeliner, number one, I got a lot of dodgy recipes for making eyeliner at home. Don't do that. Don't put funny things near or on your eye. You gotta know what you're putting there and you have to know it's safe to put near your eye. So no, don't melt pencil or mix crayons with wax or something. Don't do it. Rather go without eyeliner. But when I read about using mascara for eyeliner, the person said you take the mascara and you literally press this against your eye and then pull it to get a line. But have you ever done that by accident? If you accidentally touch yourself and then pull it, you're gonna not get a straight black line. Number one, it's gonna be very undefined. Number two, it's gonna be very messy if you actually get a line. So let's not do it this way because I don't want my eyeliner this thick. Instead, you're gonna use an eyeliner brush again. It seems to be a running theme that if you don't have eyeliner, you're gonna need an eyeliner brush, which is luckily something I have in my kit. I actually have two because they come in a lot of brush sets. And I think most people would have one of these, which is a good thing because I'm trying to give you solutions with things that you probably have in your makeup bag already. So what I'm gonna do with the mascara is I'm gonna take it out, and you know at the end there's always like a little blob that you have to wipe off so you don't get it on your face. I am going to do exactly that. I'm gonna wipe the blob off right on the edge so I can pick it up with my brush. Otherwise you're gonna have to like stick it into the bristles and get this dirtier than you need it to be, and that's a lot of effort. So I'm gonna pick it up from the tube itself. You obviously can't stick your brush in. Mascara bottles are made in a specific way. That's why I need the wand to get it out. So again, I'm going to close my eye and start right on my lid and work in short little lines so I don't drag it too much. The reason I work in short little lines instead of just stamping it on everywhere is if you stamp it, you have really uneven edge and that's hard to fix. By making short little lines, it's easier to get as smooth as you go. This is the only method I found that's easy to get the inner corner because the mascara gives off so easily off of the brush. But I can do it there without much effort. But again, this squishy part right here ain't my friend. The downside to this is definitely how much effort it is to pick up some more product once you run out. And you don't want it to get dry on the brush because then it's going to get clumpy. So let's do that wing and go. Then I'm going to immediately clean my brush so it doesn't get incredibly clumpy. Otherwise it's going to be a nightmare to clean it later. And let's see if it's possible to sharpen this up. That wasn't half bad. And then that's what it looks like if you do your eyeliner with mascara. Now to be honest, when I started this, I thought mascara would be the best option because it is a really dark and pigmented black liquid that you can put on your eye like this, but it dries out so quickly. It is actually flaking or cracking. Like if I pull my lid like this, it's cracking because mascara is not meant to be put onto a surface that moves or that can stretch. It got clumpy really fast while working with it, which made it really difficult to work with and made that I had to make a thick wing even though I tried to keep it thin. And in this inner corner, again, it was pretty hard to apply even though the very inner part was easy to do. But now for the last time, I'm gonna take off my eyeliner and I'm just gonna do this side with normal eyeliner as well. And then this is what it looks like with liquid eyeliner on both sides. Now before anyone says anything about sisters, not twins, the whole theme of this video was that they aren't even related. So that was 4 different ways, tried and tested, that you could do your eyeliner without eyeliner. Out of the 4, the best one I would say was using your eyeliner pencil instead of your eyeliner. It was the easiest to work with and it gave a pretty sharp result that was pretty similar to normal eyeliner. But the worst one out of the bunch definitely had to be using mascara instead. I actually thought that would be one of the best options, but in the end, mascara just ain't made for this. Using lipstick also just isn't a good idea. It's a smudge hazard and it doesn't set quite well. It was very difficult to work with and to get a nice line. But using eyeshadow with just like a wet lid did work really well. So using either a pencil eyeliner or eyeshadow, I would say are the 2 best alternatives out of the 4 for doing your eyeliner without eyeliner. But come to think of it, there's actually a 5th alternative that you can do when you don't have eyeliner. And then that is it for today. I hope it helps you the day you run out of eyeliner, because I'll definitely be referring back to this the next time I do, even though I really hope that's not gonna be soon. If you do have an alternative method I didn't try, feel free to drop in the comments. I'd be happy to try it and see if there's something better than what I did today. But as I said, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you again next time. Bye! Also, is the wing shape gonna be better on this side every time I do it now? I think it's just Murphy's Law. Now that this is the example of what eyeliner should look like, the shape is not as nice as this side.